Hi, we're going to have a go at making a pop-up card, and it's going to be the mouth fold. Have you heard of the mouth fold? So I'll show you what to do. First of all, you take your piece of paper or card and you fold it in half. The card holds its shape better. And then along the folded edge, you want to draw a line upwards, and that will be where you cut along. So it doesn't really matter how long the line is, but 5 centimetres seems a good length. And then what you need to do is measure from your line a distance. Again, it could be 5 centimetres, and put a dot. And the same distance from this line on the other side. So I put my ruler on 5 here, and I know I can mark it on 0. And now each of those dots is 5 centimetres away from the middle line. And so now what we have to do is use a ruler to join up the end of my line here with the dot in a diagonal. And I'm going to do a dotted line, and that's going to remind me that I don't cut on there, I fold. So on the dotted line we fold, and on the solid line we cut. So again, I'm going to join up the dot with the end of my solid line, okay, and I will have something like that. So along the folded edge you'll have a straight line up, and then you'll have these 2 diagonal lines in dots. There we go. So the next thing to do is to cut along the solid line, okay, and stop there. And then we're folding. Now this is a bit tricky if your card is stiff. So we're aiming to fold it out so there's a straight line here. And the thing with pop-up cards is your folds need to be as crisp as possible to make it work really well. Okay, so there's one fold. I'm doing the other, and I have to use my fingers to sort of bend it where I want it to go before I actually press it down. And keep checking whether your fold really is along the dotted line. If it's gone a bit wrong, you might need to start again. So I'm smoothing that down, and now the best thing to do now is to make the folds go the other way as well. So I've turned it over. Did you see that? I had it this way round. I turned it over, and I'm then going to push the folds back on themselves to make sure that the crease goes both ways. And I really am pushing hard to make those creases really sort of firm. So then the way to turn it into your pop-up, or we can keep the pen side on the back, is to put these flat down again, open it out, and then you have to just do a little bit of pushing the card. And this is a bit tricky, but I'm going to show you how. So it becomes a mouth fold. Oh, mine's just popped into place really easily. You have to push up these flaps like a mouth at the same time, squeezing in the card so it folds. And then once you've got that in position, really do push down on the folds again. So it's got to be folded over really nicely. And now look, we've got a pop-up mouth. It looks just like a beak, doesn't it? Like a beak on a bird. So you might decorate it now. You might do 2 eyes. They're quite small. I'm going to do bigger eyes. Okay, you might do 2 eyes. Oh, it looks a bit to me like an emu, do you think? Do we do an emu head? An emu head with a little thin neck? That looks cool, doesn't it? And then to finish it off, you'll have another sheet of card exactly the same size, folded, and just pop that on the back. Okay, and then you'll stick that on the back. And so now your card has the beak that isn't a hole, it's actually part of the card. And the best thing to do here would be to colour in the middle so that this mouth, when they open, is a different colour, and that looks really cool. Maybe you could have a go. Can you make a mouth fold pop-up card?